Caroline Bruce, Anthony Hopkins, and is here as a substitute, and Beverly Hendricks, and we have there in her. So welcome everybody to the meeting. We'll go to declarations of pecuniary interest. There's no indications. Okay, brilliant. Minutes of the previous meeting. Are there any comments or changes that need to be made? I agree. Thank you very much. And we'll move to the variation to the CCTV and ANPR maintenance contract. Councillor Needs.
Thank you very much, Leader. This report is seeking approval for a variation to the existing public safety CCTV and automatic number plate recognition contracts. The original contract was awarded in 2021 and had a value of 3.5 million. But due to significant expansion of both our CCTV and ANPR networks, alongside major investment in public safety infrastructure that we've made, contract value now needs to be increased by 2.5 million. This variation reflects the delivery of substantial public safety projects across the borough, the development and implementation of a new CCTV room, a significant increase in the number of ANPR and CCTV assets, requiring ongoing maintenance and management, and the need to ensure annual maintenance obligations can continue to be met, and that key public safety projects remain on schedule. And importantly, this is a contract variation only. The necessary funding has already been allocated from existing budgets, and no additional funding is being requested. Happy to take any questions on that.
Thank you, Are there any questions? Councillor Shrew.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Councillor Neeson, for updating us on that, because it's really great to see that we're so committed to investing in community safety, attacking climate change, and improving air quality. Can you outline a bit more about the benefits that come from this contract extension, please?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for the question. This contract is all about making our communities safer, making our communities cleaner and healthier as well. And it reflects significant investment that this administration has made into these areas, and to make Merton a better place to live and work. On our fly tipping, this contract allows us to have a number of cameras that we can move around the borough to tackle hotspot areas and to catch fly tippers and hold them to account. And then you'll see our Wall of Shame videos, where we bring to attention some of the most egregious examples across the borough and catch those people. This comes and is made possible because of this contract. And this contract also allows us to make significant improvements of public safety as well. And I know Councillor McCauley has been heavily involved in this. Having these cameras allows us to tackle antisocial behaviour across the borough. It allows us to improve our endless gathering. And we all know that living in a safe community is a top priority for us. So you can rest assured this council is making significant investments to do everything we can to make this borough a wonderful place.
Thank you. Any further questions, comments? Okay, we'll move to the recommendations. We're being asked to agree recommendation A. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
Thank you. And we'll move to the next item, which is leisure operator agency model implementation. Just to advise cabinet members, as you're aware, there is an exempt paper to this. We can pick up those issues in the exempt paper later on in the agenda, but it will involve excluding members of the public. So I would, as we always try to do, have the conversation in public now. So if you do need to say something that's in the exempt papers, if you could indicate before you start speaking, but if not, we won't need to go into that private session later on. And so I will hand over to Councillor Caroline Hugh-Martin.
Thank you, Leader. Our leisure contract with GLL started 1st of December 2010 and is due to end on 30th of November 2030. We are seeking a variation to this contract to enable us to adopt the new leisure operator agency model, which is in line with recent HMRC guidance on VAT recovery of leisure services. This model will allow us to treat income as non-business for VAT purposes, enabling us to recover VAT on associated costs and avoid irrecoverable VAT. And should Cabinet approve it, we are seeking for implementation to begin on 1st of August 2026. The benefit of the variation of the contract would be an additional £250,000 per annum in revenue by way of VAT savings, which will be approximately £1 million in total for the remainder of the existing contract, assuming implementation begins 1st of August 2026. I would just like to stress that this contract variation does not impact the existing length of the contract or the excellent services GLL provides for our residents. And I refer you to the recommendations in A and B of the report. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much, Councillor Keating-Marmion. Are there any questions or comments, Councillor?
Yeah, thank you to the Cabinet member for report in respect of the presentation. And can I ask what assessment has the council carried out to verify the new operating model for our leisure centres, and also whether it is the best option for both the council and also for our residents?
Thank you, Councillor McCauley, for your question. The agency model has been developed as a result of updated guidance from HMRC, and this means that the council can retain more funds from its leisure centre contract to invest directly back into services in the borough. It has become an increasingly common model for local authorities, and the majority of new leisure centre contracts are being led by this model. And so Merton, like an increasing number of local authorities, is going through the process of varying its contract with GLL to reflect this model and associated financial benefits. So in order to develop this work, extensive research has been undertaken by other authorities, and we have engaged specialist leisure sector consultants for advice on the model. Independent legal advice has also been sought alongside council advice. Thank you.
Councillor Joe.
I think it's really so important for residents of Merton that Cabinet member and council have prioritised the borough's sport with all the investment that means in sport and leisure and facility. But I'd like to ask the Cabinet member that since awarding the contract to GLL to operate our leisure centres, what measurable benefits does she think residents have experienced from that?
Thank you, Councillor George, for your question. GLL has been our leisure provider for the last 16 years and have developed a strong partnership in delivering health, fitness and wellbeing activities to residents within the borough. There are KPIs introduced to monitor the flow of memberships, people attending each month, and how many young people between ages 14 and 25 years old who attend. There has been a steady increase other than during the COVID period, and slight fluctuations when new private gyms locate within the borough. However, by changing the offer in these locations, GLL has managed to retain a majority of the membership. GLL provides a wide choice of activities which attract residents between the ages of 14 through to ages 65, over 65. And an example of these activities include free swimming, and we have library activation, and this is where we have exercise classes offered in our libraries for those who do not want to go to the gym. And we have staff classes, we have GLL club games, we have senior activities, and these are held on different days in different leisure centre. And we have walking football and walking netball, we have gymnastic clubs, we have swim schools and soft play. And there are many activities offered to engage the young and elderly to keep active, healthy and fit. And our partners have actively helped to deliver the Big Sports Day, introducing sport tasters so residents can experience the benefits of sport. And this has encouraged new memberships. And they are a key delivery partner in our mission to be London's first borough of sport. So thank you.
I don't see any further indications before we move to the recommendation. So I just wondered if anyone would like to indicate if they want to ask questions on any of the consent papers. No, okay. So I might just bring in Karen Evans. I wonder if you're not to explain the reason why the paper is made.
Thank you, Leader. Yes, it's absolutely correct that there are two papers that were exempt this evening that came with this report. One of them is because it's external legal advice and therefore comes with a legal privilege. And specifically, the other is exempt for commercially sensitive reasons. And those are reasons sensitive to our leisure provider, the GLL. And if I can take the opportunity, Leader, just to ask you to confirm with members, cabinet members, that they are aware of those papers and that they acknowledge them here. Thank you.
Yeah, I see lots of improvement. Brilliant. So taking into account the report and the exempt papers, we turn to the recommendations. We're being through recommendations A and B. Do they agree? Great, thank you. So we'll move to the next item, which is the contract award for agency worker contract. Councillors Alan Brittis.
Thank you, Leader. Yes, this is a key decision for the award for the agency worker contract, and we're asked to recommend the approve award via the North East Procurement Organ, NEPO for short. The value of the existing contract is 95 million, including VAT plus VAT, and the value of the new contract will be at the same level. And what's pleasing is that the contractor is mandated to pay the London living wage, which is something that this council is very proud of, Leader. And now the current contract expires on the 13th of December of this year, and there has been a comprehensive review, and we've made a decision to move to a neutral vendor model. Officers will no doubt explain some of the advantage of this model, but one advantage that I'm very proud of is that it increases engagement with SMEs, and that's good for small businesses here in Merton. So that's it from me. Happy to take any questions, Leader.
Thank you, Councillor. Are there any questions or comments? Councillor Classen.
Thank you very much, Leader. And can I just begin by stating how much it is welcome news that we are reducing the number of agency staff that we rely on. That's a very welcome trend. But just one thing I'd like to follow up. Given that it's trending in the right direction and we are reducing the number of agency staff, can a cabinet member please explain why it is still necessary that we put in a new agency staffing contract in place? Thank you.
Thank you to my colleague for the question. Agency staff remain a critical component of any council's workforce throughout this country, including Merton's, and we need this contract because there are always fluctuations in demand, especially in social care and in one of your portfolios, Councillor, that's children's services. This contract also gives us flexibility in hard to fill roles, and there are a number of roles that are hard to fill throughout all councils, including Merton. And it also gives us access to specialist skills. And agency staff also mitigate risks to service continuity and statutory compliance. We want service to our residents to continue, and we want to be compliant with our statutory duties, and agency workers allow us to do that. And we will continue with our longer term strategy to strengthen permanent recruitment and retention as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Kenny.
Thank you, Councillor Allen Writers, for the report. And it is good news and great. I echo what Councillor Somerset was saying. But my query is, will there be any service disruption during the transition period for this new contract, and how will it be mitigated?
No is the short answer, but to cover all possibilities, Merton has access to the local government resourcing partnership that ensures continuity of supply, and many, many councils are part of that partnership. Thank you.
Any further comments, questions? No. Okay, so we're being asked to agree recommendation A. Is that agreed? Brilliant.
Agreed.
That final item on the agenda